I said it 6 months ago. I'll say it again. I will eventually be proven right. That tush
This is Nick Wright on the Philadelphia Eagles tush push.
push play is a blight on the league. It's bad for the sport. It should not be allowed. And the question I would ask everyone that says, oh, just get better, get tougher, get stronger, learn to stop it. If Philadelphia perfected it to a degree where instead of being a guaranteed 1 or 2 yards, it was a guaranteed 4 or 5 yards, would the NFL outlaw it? And the answer is yes. It would be the only play they would run, and it would ruin the watchability of the NFL.
That's Nick Wright. He's a fanatic Chiefs fan. Now, Chiefs lost in the Super Bowl to the Philadelphia Eagles, and I wonder if the Chiefs had won and they were using this tool of the tush push successfully, would he be against it? Would this be his stand if they were using it and they were winning, or if they had won the Super Bowl? I just wonder. Here is Andrew Whitworth with Rich Eisen on the Rich Eisen Show talking about the tush push as well.
The tush push, the Packers put together a proposal apparently to be voted on later this month, apparently, to ban it. You hear that and you think what, Andrew?
You know, I don't see the reason to ban it. I think it's an awesome play, and obviously the Eagles, you know, are the example for it in every way possible. But I do see that where there's a conflict of interest, just in this mentality of when I was in the league, Rich, and we were on field goals, and Ray Lewis would get behind Haloti Ngata, or, you know, Terrell Suggs would push Haloti Ngata through on a field goal. It was one of the worst downs of your entire life, being able to take on those big monsters. And so
now just note that the Eagles and the Packers are in the same conference.
I can see where there's a little bit of, that's a little hypocritical. Like, why have we taken this away from the defense, but on offense you're allowed to push? So to me, like, you could do all these sneaks, you could do all the stuff you want. If you just eliminated the pusher, I think that's the only thing that people have any argument about. And I don't know that would be some, oh man, now you've taken away their play. They can still line up in the same formations, do everything they do. They're just not allowed to push on the quarterback. With a running back or something. So I think that wouldn't change it that much. So I don't think that I would really be emotional either way of it. I could understand that if the defense can't do it, the offense shouldn't be able to do it as well. And I could also see where some teams say, hey, is it really that worth it to try to eliminate this play? You know, they don't care that much and move on.
Well, I mean, Schlereth said that last week when he was on with Susie when I was at the Combine, that if the defense can't do it, then why should the offense?
It was a nightmare, Rich.
You know?
Oh, man, it was the worst down of your life. I mean,
right.
Every time you got those guys lined up behind each other, you know, you just know the back of my head's going to hit the grass. It's just how long is it going to take for it to get there? And so you just hold on for dear life, and those were not fun downs. So I can imagine defenders feel that way as well.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Jones was lined up perpendicular.
He's trying to get sideways, underneath. I mean, he's trying to figure out what position he can get in.
He was perpendicular to Hurts. I mean, he was parallel to the line of scrimmage trying to figure this thing out. And so that I can understand. If the defense isn't allowed to do it, then why should the offense? But otherwise, it does sound like we can't stop it. So the only way to stop it is to legislate against it. That's the only.
That's exactly right. There's a lot of noise about this now. Where was it before? Now that the Eagles are winning, is this how we stop them? Because they have a move that no one else can master like they can, and to have the success rate with it that they're having. So the only way to remove it is to try to get it banned. Why last year and the previous year they weren't a lot of conversations about banning this? Is it because they're winning? And teams are afraid that next year this is going to be a weapon that they have to use against everyone else. Just find it interesting.